يعني معقول يجينا انه هيك شيء او هيدا من الكومبلكس ما بيجونا؟
لا معقول يجوا أكيد. Okay, sorry.
اوكي.
Look, it's really simple. It's not complex. Whenever you have a vector or you give directly the angles, if you give me two angles with two axes, you can deduce the angle with the third axis. Okay? So if they gave you already two angles with two axes, so you will use that F2 vector is F2 cosine the angle with x along I plus f2 times cosine the angle with y along j plus f2 times cosine the angle with z along k. Okay? While if they projected first on a plane, and look at the figure. If you look at f1 vector, okay? First, when I give you alpha, I'm projecting on this line. This line is a line in plane, and I'm projecting in plane xy. And this projection will result in a line in xy. So I'm not giving you the angle alpha with x or with y. I'm giving you the angle alpha with the plane. Okay? This will allow you to project on the plane xy. But then, in a further step, you need another angle to be able to divide into x and y components.
اوكي، يعني الكويستشن على طول بدها تكون خاصة بالانجل، يعني ما في شيء غير انجل اعمل هيك شيء، ما هيك؟
ما انت you need to determine. قصدك السؤال يكون to determine
يس.
angles؟ لا، فيني انا مثلا اعطيك اياه ببروبلم equilibrium مثلا. اوكي، انا فيني زد لك force F3 now and I can ask you for example what should be the magnitude of F3 for equilibrium example.
يعني بعمل سيجما اف اكس سيجما اف واي، بس بعمل
Exactly
معضل
يعني
انجل.
انت just you need to know how to define your force. Okay, your force, any vector can be defined in several ways. You need to understand all ways, because whenever you have an equilibrium problem or like the previous problem, you need to write sum of forces equal a resultant. You need to express each of your forces, and each of your forces can be calculated depending on what you know about it. I can give you the components directly. I can give you the angle with the different axes. And the third option is to give you 2 points and use unit vector. The fourth option is this one. So instead of giving you directly the angles with axes, I give you first the angle with a plane. So you project on the plane. Once you project on the plane, this distance, you know it. Here it's f1 cosine angle alpha, okay? But this doesn't represent x or y component because you need to do an additional projection. If you project this line on y, you multiply by cosine beta. If you project this line on x, you multiply by sine beta. That's it.
اوكي. I have بعد بس بالشابتر اللي بعد هيدا.
Okay. 3.
يس. اه
Which
دكتور مازن
which
تنفع هيدا
problem?
هلا سؤال لأي بروبلم عنه؟ لازم نكون نعرف
Chapter
نعمل
4, chapter 4, you just have the two first problems and the last one.
last one.
Yes, 3 problems
اوكي
only.
يعني
And of course,
مع
the
انه
problems of the slides. يعني you should know main concepts, how to calculate the moment of a force, about a point, how to calculate the moment of a force about an axis, how to calculate the couple. That's it. These 3 concepts.
اوكي، يعني ما عندنا هيدا resultant force مثل الكاتر بروبلم، انه بدنا نلاقي resultant force
No, no,
وبعدين
no,
بنعمل.
no.
اوكي يعني first two problems and last. اوكي،
Yes,
بهيدا الشابتر 3
yes,
بأول exercise.
yes.
اوكي عرفت اعمله كله، بس اضطريت اطلع ما عرفت كيف 1 over cosine.
Yeah, just 1 minute. When 1 over cosine? This
كاتبينها
one you mean, Saria, this one?
لا first problem. مش
Sorry,
هيدا.
sorry, okay. هون.
يس هيدا.
Okay.
حاطين اذا بتنزلي شوي وقت الاقيه
L equal 2 over cosine. Okay, okay, I see what you mean. Okay, look. Okay, so first here, what do you have? You have the springs on the rope are originally unstretched when theta was equal to 0. Determine the tension in each rope when F is equal to 90 lb. Okay, look, you have the value of F. So you are applying a force F equal to 90. Okay, and this force will lead to the stretching of the spring. And to be able to calculate what is the tension in cable here, you can say that the tension in the cable AD is due to the stretching of the spring. So TAD can be calculated as K delta L. Now, how to get delta L? You need to use geometry here, Saria. Okay. The stretching of the spring is actually due to what? Because of the variation of lengths of AD. Okay. Imagine with me, at the initial position, point A was here because they told us that initially theta is 0. So if I draw the first position, A was up, and the two ropes were in horizontal position like this, okay? And theta was 0, and this is your spring here, okay? Now, what will happen is that when your spring will stretch, since here you have, if you want, fixed point, this is fixed, okay? And this is fixed. So when your spring will stretch, the variation in lengths will be seen in AD. يعني, the stretching of the spring will correspond to the increase in length of AD. At the initial position, this is A0, this is D0. What was this distance? This distance was equal just to 2 feet. Okay? Now, when the spring will stretch, A will move down because AD will be longer. Okay? Because the stretching will go to AD. Okay? So this is the new position of AD. You have a new length. Okay? And you can say that AD new, you can calculate it in this way. This is 90 degrees. This is 2 feet. And this angle is theta. Okay? So since AD is the hypotenuse in this right triangle, you can say that this distance is 2 over cosine theta. Okay? And then what is delta L if you want? The stretching of the spring will correspond to the change in this length. Because all stretching will go in AD. Yani delta L is the difference between AD new minus AD initial. Okay? Which is A0, D0. So you have values. Now you can just replace AD new is 2 over cosine theta. And A0, D0 is 2. So this is the stretching delta L of your spring. And now since
أنا 2 over cosine theta بعد ما ليش 2 over cosine؟
لأنه لحي هون هيدي اللينكس، هيدي كيف بتجيبيها صارية this distance؟ طلعي بالتراينجل. This is the right triangle. انت A will displace vertically down صح؟ When you apply force F, كان الpoint A here. A was here. When you apply F, I will put for you how it will move. It will move vertically downward. It will move vertically downward, and this is perpendicular. Okay, this is perpendicular, and this is theta. This angle is theta. Okay, so you can say that the variation of length of AD is the difference between this distance, this one, and this one. Okay, now geometrically, how to calculate the hypotenuse here? What is this distance? انت مش اذا كتبت what is A0 D0 over AD مش cosine theta؟
بلا.
Okay. انت you have A0 D0, it's 2. You replace this by 2. Okay. So now you can express AD function of theta. You just have to take this to the side and AD to the upper side. So AD is 2 over cosine theta. 2 over cosine theta. Okay.
اوكي يعني ال L هي لما تكون unstretched و L0 يعني الانيشال.
إيه. انت هي شو الفكره صار انه كل stretching تبع السبرينج وين راح؟ راح
ايه
بالانكريز ان اي دي، لانه انت فيك تغير الديستنس بين اي ودي شيء؟
لا
لا، هيدي الديستنس ستيبل بين اي ودي، ما بتتغير الديستنس. فانت اذا سبرينج عمل ستريتشنج، وين حيروح هيدي الديفرنس ان لينكس؟ حتروح ب
بالاي.
اي دي. اتفقنا؟ كانت initially point A هون at this position، بس لانه عمل سبرينج ستريتشنج البوينت A نزل لتحت. اوكي. So as A moved downward because of F, the spring stretched and AD is longer now. So the change in length of AD will correspond actually to delta L, which is the stretching of the spring. يعني انت عملت stretching طول ال AD من هالميل. Okay. Delta L is the variation between AD and A0 D0.
اوكي ميرسي.
Okay.
دكتور،
Yes.
3 دي بعدني مش عم بعرف، بس تكون مثلا بدي الاقي مثل ببروبلم تشابتر 3 بروبلم 75. اوكي،
يلا
بس
واحد.
يحطوا لي البارتيكل بالنص تبع الاكس وواي والزد اكسس. اوكي
هي ال 3 او ال 2؟
لا 3 ب 3 دي
3. اوكي،
بشابتر 3.
75 يعني لتحت.
يس. لكن
اوكي.
هون
ايه.
عم بعرف بس يحطوا لي البارتيكل بالنص، عم
اوكي.
بعرف كيف لاقي الاف 1 والاف 2، لانه دغري بعرف الزد والواي والاكس، بس
اوكي.
اذا بيحطوا لي البارتيكل مثل فوق، بتطلع لفوق بنمبر 63، حطوا لي اياها على الاي، يحطوا لي اياها على على
اوكي.
الواي اكسس. مش عم بعرف كيف ارسم، مش عم بعرف كيف ارسمها، آه، ارسمها يعني باكس وواي وزد.
اوكي. look انت you should go back. مش ضروري تكون مبلش من الاوريجينال فورس تبعك. انت whenever you have a force and you know 2 points of it تكتبها كيونت فيكتور. يعني هيدي الفورس مش مرقه ب A وب B.
بلا
اوكي. كيف بكتبها ساعتها؟ بكتب force in AB. force in
اي
AB.
بي تايمز يو اي بي.
exactly. يعني اللي هي الديفرنس in coordinates between A and B. مش ضروري تكون الفورس مبلشة من origin، مش ضروري. الفرق انه بهيداك البروبلم الاوريجن هن 0 0 0. هون الاي بدك تجيب الكوردينيتس تبعه وتشتغل B minus A و C
اه
minus A.
اوكي. اه اوكي.
اوكي
لا انا
بس.
فكرت اول ستيب لازم ارسمها.
نو نو نو،
آه،
ابدا.
اوكي.
يعني your unit vector بيصير مش مبلش من الاوريجن. It's not a problem at all. You do the difference in coordinates.
اوكي 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 ثانك يو.
Okay. Other question, Thierry?
نو نو دكتور، ثانك يو سو ماتش.
Okay.
دكتور،
Yes.
بذس exercise نحن كنا بدنا نجيب بالاب
Okay.
والزد صح؟
كان بدنا نجيب
هلا أنا طلع
exactly yes.
طلع معي the two equations 1 and 2 بالsolution.
Okay.
فأنا لقيت إنه من equation 2 بقدر أطلع الزد. so حليت الزد actually طلع معي second degree equation، وكانوا يعني الزد طلع لها two positive values. so أنا ما عرفت ليه بالsolution أنت
Okay.
عملت إنه 2 over 1. أنا لقيت إنه من ال 2 أصلا كنت قادرة أجيب الزد.
بس sorry, can you repeat the last sentence?
لأن لقيت إنه من equation 2 بقدر أطلع الزد.
Okay. قلتي لي second degree you have two solutions. Okay. Okay, look, just 1 minute. I have a connection issue. I'll try to change my place, okay? Yeah, just 1 minute, guys, okay? I'm changing my place. Okay. I'm sorry for this. Just, okay, can you repeat, please, your question?
Yes, with this exercise,
Okay.
we should find two unknowns, F
Okay.
and Z.
Yes.
So we need two equations, equation one and equation two.
Okay.
I found the two equations, but
Okay.
from equation two لقيت إنه بقدر طلع الزد،
Okay.
بس وقت طلعت على السوليوشن أنت عملت 2 over 1، عملت equation 2 over equation 1, so I don't understand why.
Okay. Yeah. I will see their equations.
Thank you so much.
Okay. لأنه when you do 2 over 1 you cancel F. يعني if you take this لحظة شوي. Okay. When you divide the two equations by each other, you can get rid of the radical. Okay. So you can simplify your equation. You did something else. You did substitution.
No, from equation 2, we
Okay.
only have one unknown
Okay,
اللي
from
هي Z.
equation 2, but you said you got a second degree. If you get a second degree,
Yes.
you have two possible solutions. Did you
Yes.
get one
هون
positive,
كمان
one negative?
no اثنيناتهم طلعوا positive. So أنا هون ضعت ليه؟
Okay.
إنه هن اثنيناتهم
طيب هلا
positive.
مبدئيا if you look at your figure, Z is smaller than 4. So if you have
Yes.
the other solution larger than 4, okay, you reject it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but the second method, dividing the equations, is simple because it will allow you to get rid of your radical. This is the idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Other question?
Yes.
Yes, tell me.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I wanted to ask about the conversions. Do we have to know them all
No,
by
of
heart?
course. No, of course not. You just have to know that in English system, G is not 9.81, it's 32.2. This is the only thing you need to know. You don't have to convert. If I give you SI units, you work in SI. If I give you English units, you work in English units. Okay, so just keep in mind the force is in lb, the distance is in feet, and g is 32.2 feet per second square. This is all you need to know. No conversion.
Okay, thank you. And for the system, like solving, can we do it directly on the calculator, or do we have to show the steps?
Yes, you can solve the system on calculator, of course.
Okay, thank you. Doctor,
Yes.
in chapter 4,
Yeah.
لحديت
In
أي
chapter
problem can you
4,
solve?
okay. In
Yes.
chapter 4, you have only to solve for the first two problems and the last one. Okay. We can solve them together if you want. Okay. And in the slides, you need to solve all problems. All problems until couple. Okay. So the main ideas that you are responsible for are first, how to calculate the moment of a force, about a point, how to calculate the moment of a force about an axis, and how to calculate the moment of a couple. That's it. You are just responsible of these ideas.
Okay, والpreviouses can you solve them كمان كلهم أو
The previous is آخر اتنين yes. Okay. بس كان في previous for exam 1 أول شيء في
yeah.
بقلبه أنتوا دغري بتعرفوا when you look at questions you will know في شيء كان في
Okay.
distributed load و calculation of reaction you don't have them.
Okay. والequivalent كمان
Exactly.
يمكن
Well,
موجود.
equivalent you don't have it now.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
بس دكتور سؤال بإكسرسيسات آخر chapter
Yes.
بإكسرسايز 2 تبع الكابل.
Yeah, let me open it 1 second. This you mean this one? This one?
انا السكرين ما مبين عندي.
اوكي حدا كلكم مش شايفين السكرين؟ Let me share the screen again. 1 second. بس okay, do you see the screen now?
يس.
Okay. Yes, tell me.
بس سؤال انا ما فهمت ليش عملنا انه هن عملوا F2 times ار اي بي، ما لازم تكون ار بي اي انه كرمال يكونوا ماشيين
Okay.
ورا بعض
Okay.
يعني.
Look. So first, what is the question? Determine the resultant couple moment of the two couples acting on the pipe. Okay? We have two couples. The first one is this one. Okay? طيب, what was the technique, Saria? If you start from A and you go towards B, and you do AB, you will reach which force? You will reach this force. So, or you do AB vectorial plus 35K, okay? Or if you want to start from point B and go towards A, you should take the opposite. Yani if you start, I will take another color. If you move from B towards A, you reach which force? This one, which is BA vectorial minus 35K. And both will give you exactly the same result. Okay?
يس انا هيدا عرفتها بس الثاني ضيعت.
Okay. تانية. If we take the other one, for the other one, you have two forces. Okay? Please keep in mind, you can take any point of the first force and go to any point of the other one on the line of the force. And for example, look, if you consider this is your force, okay? This force is passing by B. So you have the right to start from B or to start from C. And you can do CA vectorial 50I, or you can do also BA vectorial 50I. Both are right because this force is passing by B and C. You can start from B or you can start from C. As if you remember, the condition was to start from any point on the line of action of the force. So select the easiest point for you. Since already you calculated vector BA, why to take CA now?
بس
BA is
هن دوبن
easier.
عملوا ار اي بي فيكتوريال ماينس 50، من هيك انا عم بسأل ما عملوا ار بي اي.
BA هن شو عملوا؟ خليني نشوف.
ار اي بي فيكتوريال ماينس 50 هيك مش
ايه ما هي
غلط؟
ذاتها، ما هي ذاتها سارية. انت او بتعملي BA فيكتوريال 50 او AB فيكتوريال ماينس 50، ما هي ذاتها.
يعني هي ما بتفرق الدايركشن تبع الفورس تبعي، المهم بس تكون قاطعه بالبوان.
ايه اكيد. ما نحن
اوكي.
قلنا you can select any point on the force. any point. يعني انت بتحددي اول شيء what is the line of action. الماينس 50 اي هيدي اللاين اوف اكشن تبعها. يعني you can take points او C او B. اوكي؟ هلا اذا انت بلشتي من تاني فورس، if you started from A فيك تروحي او للB، يعني او تعملي AB vectorial minus 50I او تعملي AC vectorial minus 50I. both are right. واذا بالعكس قررت تبلشي من الفورس minus 50، ساعتها بتاخدي or CA vectorial 50I or BA vectorial 50I.
اوكي ماشي.
Okay. Other questions? Any other questions, guys? If you want, do you want me to solve any problem, any particular problem again, if it's not clear for you?
I have a problem that I don't understand.
Yes, tell me, which one?
It's in chapter 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Which one?
they're both they're both alike. It's the 368 and the 363.
يلا
بيشبهوا
one
بعض.
minute. Okay. 363. Okay. Yeah. Let us solve it together. If the maximum allowable tension in cables AB and AC is 500 lb, determine the maximum height Z to which the 200 lb crate can be lifted and what a horizontal force must be applied. Okay, great. First, if you look at your figure, you have a symmetry in the figure. So you can deduce that the tension in AB and the tension in AC are equal, okay? So this is the first remark you can talk about. Now, if you didn't pay attention for this will complicate a little bit the problem for you. But when you write the equation, sum of x equals 0, okay, you will prove that TAB equal TAC. Because for F no component along X, for the weight no component along X, you only have TABX and TACX. And since you have same angle with X, but in opposite directions, okay, they will cancel out. So you will deduce from sum of X equals 0 that TAB magnitude equal TAC. But if you paid attention for this from the beginning, you can reduce the number of equation you write, and you can say that by symmetry, TAB and TAC are equal, okay? So this is the first step in the solution. Next step, you can draw now your free body diagram. I will call this tension T in magnitude. So as we said, TAB or TAC is the same. Let us call them, I will call both as magnitude T. So TAB is equal to T, okay? And TAC is equal to T also, okay? Now, next step, I still have to determine two unknowns. And why only two? Because I already used the symmetry. When I used the symmetry concept, and I already used an equation. The symmetry here will replace sum of x equal to 0. So you already used one equation, you still have only two. Sum of y equals 0 and sum of z equal to 0. Okay? So to be able to solve, you need to determine all forces acting on A. So you say the condition of equilibrium is sum of forces about A equal to 0. And then you write, you have first TAB vector plus TAC vector plus F plus weight equal to 0, okay? And now all you have to do, as usual, is to find the expression of all of your forces. And then when you express your forces, you will have two unknowns only in these expressions, which are the magnitude of F and Z. Okay? Can you tell me in particular what was the problem in which step?
Like mostly in the end, like in the end.
Okay. So after we wrote, let us go to the system of equations that you get. Okay. So when you replace these forces, you get a system of two equations. And these two equations include two unknowns. Okay. Just you need to have some, to use simple mathematical tools to facilitate your solution. If you look at your two equations, it's clear that here you have a radical, okay? But I can, if you want, get rid of this radical by doing the following. I will call, if you want this term, I will call it big X, okay? And this will simplify my analysis. Let us see why. Because
في كلاسيشن جديد
نعم.
دكتور
نعم. يس.
الفحص بعده لساتردي.
ليكو بكير بليز، هلا انتم درسوا كانه الفحص ساتردي، اوكي؟ وان شاء الله بيرجع كل شيء منيح وبنعمل الفحص on Saturday. Until now the exam is on Saturday. اوكي؟
متى فينا نأكد يعني، بس نعرف حالنا نحن.
وحياتكم يعني as soon as possible. مبدئيا اذا الجامعه ما ضلت مسكره، اذا فتحت الجامعه في اكزام، انا حجزت روم وكل شيء. So if the university is opened, we'll have the exam on Saturday. So you can study now, you have free time. And at least you can take the chance of having this free time to study the material and prepare yourself to have the exam on Saturday. In case we had any emergency, then we will discuss it. Okay, and I will send you an email accordingly. But until now, yes, the exam is on Saturday.
دكتور سوري، بس نحن بس عنا لكينا لحديت المومنت سلايد 24.
Yes, exactly.
اوكي، والاديشنال اكسرسايزز تبع المومنت بنعملهم.
المومنت عنا بالchapter 4 review problems. You can do the first two and the last one.
اوكي، فيرست تو لاست وان لكينا، وهوديك everything.
Yes. هلا
Thank
هوليك
you.
لا، بس اذا بدكم بهيدا تشابتر 3 هلا بقول لكم ايهم ما تعملوهم، في شوي صعبين جيومتري تبعهم ما تعملوهم، هلا بقول لكم ايهم.
اوكي
Okay. طيب, so just we were discussing how to solve this system. Look, you have a term that is common between the two equations, which is the radical. And solving with a radical is a little bit complex. And as your friend said, now you will have a second degree equation and you have two solutions. You need to reject one, which is the unacceptable one. Yani because you have a constraint that z is smaller than 4. So if you get a z larger than 4, or if you get z negative, you reject the solution, okay? But in order to avoid this, to simplify the solution, if you look well at your equation, you can call this term radical r, okay? And then you can write the following. You can say that minus 1000 times 8, okay, over r.
دكتور
Yes. But please let
بس
me finish this idea and I will answer your question. Okay?
اوكي
Plus f equal to 0. You can take this term to the other side. So this is equal to f. Okay? This is for your first equation. For your second equation, you have 1000 times 4 minus z over r, okay, equal to f. So what can you deduce, to 200. So what can we deduce if we want to get rid of the radical? To get rid of this radical, I can divide equation 1 by equation 2, or the opposite. When I divide the two equations, I will get rid of the radical. And this will allow me to relate z to f. And once I relate z to f, I can substitute in one of my equations to solve for the magnitude f. Okay, because f is positive. So I have one possible solution. I solve for f. Once I get f, now I am ready to substitute and calculate that. This is the idea. So it's just a mathematical way to solve in simpler method. Okay?
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Welcome. Other questions? Who was asking? You can ask now. No more questions, guys? You can ask on any of the chapters, chapter 2, 3, or 4, if anything is not clear.
دكتور
Yes.
انا بالبريفيوسز تبع 24 سبرينج
Yes.
فيك تفتحي بليز؟
Yes, sure. 1 second. بالprevious is the last one you mean?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, 1 minute. I'm downloading it. Okay, yes, tell me.
دكتور
Which problem?
إذا ماني غلطان ال 3 اللي فيه سبرينج.
يلا 1 2 and 3. Yes.
ما فهمته صراحة.
يلا okay. Let us do it together. Let me zoom a little bit. Okay. The unstretched length of spring AB is 3 meters. If the block is held in the equilibrium position shown. First, draw the free body diagram at A. Second, determine the tension in AC and the mass of the block using two different methods. First, the analytical one, and second, the geometrical one. Okay. Can you tell me what was your problem? What is the difficulty you faced? How would you think first if I give you this problem in the exam? What is the
أول
first
شيء
step?
بعمل ال 3 body diagram.
Okay. What are the forces acting on A?
الويت من تحت
Weight.
وال 2 springs.
Okay. So I have the weight. The weight equal to mg, and m is unknown. I want to calculate it. Okay. I have the tension in spring AC. I will call it TAC. And because it's a spring, how you express the tension?
كي
Here, if you want, they didn't ask about, yes, TAC is what? Is K delta L of AC. It's K of AC times delta L of AC. Okay. And for the second spring, TAB is equal to KAB times delta L of AB. Okay. So let us see what we know from this analysis and what is unknown. They told us that the unstretched length of spring AB is known. So L0 for AB, we know it. Okay. Since we know L0 of AB, we can calculate delta L of AB. So by definition, what is delta L of AB? It's the length of AB minus L0 of AB. Okay? If you look at your figure, can you calculate L of AB?
أنا هيدي ما بعرف أعملها.
ما بتعرف تعمل calculation ل L of AB؟ Okay. طيب خلينا نفكر سوا. أنت we developed in the course material for a general triangle. Okay. أول شيء هون قبل ما نروح للجنرال triangle مش أنت عندك هون a right triangle? This is right
Yes.
or not?
لا.
Okay. هيدا distance from this point to this one is given. This is 4 meters. And this distance here is also given. This is 3 meters. And you have a right triangle. So how to calculate